Joining me now is Dr. Mehmet Oz, Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate in Pennsylvania. Dr. Oz, who is this guy, John Fetterman? Because this story keeps getting more fanciful by the day.
Well, Fetterman's a fraud. I'm actually in Pittsburgh now, which is close to where he's currently living, although he's not from here originally, and they know it. And they tell me all the time how much they dislike him. He was supported by his parents until he was elected as lieutenant governor 4 years ago. He lived on handouts without paying his taxes correctly, by the way. And yet he's raising taxes right now, advocating for that on the working class after pushing for reckless spending programs and, creating all this inflation. And he's a rubber stamp for Joe Biden. And here's the thing. He's the most radical Democratic candidate in a contested election this cycle. I'll say it again. The most radical in a contested election, yet no one knows it. And by the way, if you want to go to droz.com and help me get the word out, it will be helpful because he's stored up so much money that he's been telling that tale that you just showed. I, on the other hand, I'm a son of an immigrant. I believe in the American dream because I lived it myself. I respect the needs of workers hurt by regulations and overreaching government. And the reality is John Fetterman believes in big government and bloated bureaucracies. That's his life experience because he's never had to actually work to make his own money because it was given to him. I believe in the people of Pennsylvania. And if you believe in the people and individualism and what you do if you work for yourself, which is what the American dream was about, that's the deal. You work hard, you succeed, you do the right thing, you achieve things that are unimaginable anywhere else on the planet. If you believe that, come to droz.com and share your thoughts because that's the story we're going to tell as we win in November.
Well, Dr. Oz, they've been spinning this tale, as I said, and it's always, the kind of the stunts and the costume. So he has the costume. He kind of looks like Uncle Fester hits the gym. That's kind of what he looks like. Well, God bless him. I'm glad he's well. He's doing better and so forth. But they put Snooki out there to say you don't live in Pennsylvania. But are you living in the house that you and your wife were married in? I think I read that somewhere. Is that the case?
It is the case. 37 years ago, best decision I ever made. I was in medical school in Philadelphia at Penn. I also went to Wharton Business School because I was studying healthcare finance. Might come in handy when I'm serving in the Senate. I grew up just south of Philadelphia, had a couple children in Pennsylvania. I mean, these are fairy tales, but even the Inquirer, who's not been a big ally of mine, is saying, enough, Fetterman, start talking about real issues. Stop hiding in your house. The Joe Biden program is not the right thing for democracy. Come out and talk about real issues. But frankly, Laura, he never has. He didn't talk about real issues in his own primary. He didn't leave his house that much to campaign. People thought he was lazy. I don't know what it is, but he doesn't like to go out and meet people and actually answer questions. And I'll give you a good example. It was Erie earlier today. I got the Fraternal Order of Police endorsement, which I'm very appreciative of, and it was unanimous. And I'll tell you why it was unanimous, I think. There was a Capitol Police African-American officer there, and she said she had never in her career been as disrespected. She said, John Fetterman makes you feel like what's under your shoe when you walk out of a dog park. And she says, when the lieutenant governor is treating you poorly like that, everyone else treats you poorly. Let's look at Philadelphia, the city that I live in. We have the highest murder rate ever in known record keeping, and yet we've got 1/3 of all the prisoners he wants to release. He wants to decriminalize drugs. He doesn't want any life sentences no matter what you've done wrong. He's hiding behind his radical views at home. Let's get him out, talk to the people, admit what you're really representing, and let the Pennsylvania public decide who to vote for.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I'm going to say it this way. A vote for Fetterman is a vote to keep these disastrous policies that have destroyed the energy industry in Pennsylvania, jacked up gas and food prices, and given a rubber stamp to Chuck Schumer. That's what he is. The costume doesn't work. It's tedious, and everyone, I think, is beginning to see through it. Dr. Oz, we're watching this very closely. We appreciate you. Thank you.